What's up, everybody? Welcome to the weekly wrap-up with Councilwoman Jamie Torres and DJ Konz. What's up, Jamie?
I'm good. How are you? Happy Friday, number one.
Happy Friday. This is. It feels good to be back. I'm excited to be here, and I feel like I'm back with family. This is like a reunion.
And Happy New Year. I know. Starting a whole one over again. Here we go.
Let's go.
Welcome, everyone, to the weekly wrap-up. We are joined by me, Councilwoman Torres for District 3, and DJ Konz. Thank you so much for we're now probably in our third or fourth year of doing this, huh, DJ Konz?
Yeah, this is awesome. This is like a thing, and it's crazy because I don't know if you have it happen to you, but people run up to me. I'm sure they do to you, of course, because they know who you are. But like, people come up to me like at events in the public, and they're like, "I know you. You're DJ Konz from the weekly wrap up." I'm like, "That's crazy. I didn't realize you had that big a following." But here's my autograph. I'm just kidding.
And you can give the autograph, and you can talk about policy and legislative updates.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
Love it. Well, thank you for being with us always, DJ Konz, and I always want to hear what we're listening to. So let us know who are we listening to right now.
So this is actually a national producer. We kind of do some work with him. Simba. This song is Go. It's an instrumental. We work with artists from everywhere. We support artists that support us back. So yeah, it's awesome. Denver has a huge music scene that is real close knit, and we help each other out. And I think we're kind of setting an example of how we want the whole landscape to be just universal. Everybody working together, no division, and just keep it moving. But yeah.
I love that. That's, I think, the vibe we need for 2024, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, welcome, everyone. So this is the weekly wrap-up. We go through what's relevant, what's happening now in Denver City Council and in District 3. So I'll get started with some legislative stuff because we've started the year off roaring on the legislative side. Myself, Councilwoman Sarah Parody, Councilwoman Chantel Lewis, and Councilman Paul Cashman are all the co-sponsors of a bill that would limit any sweeps of homeless encampments under 32 degrees. And why 32 degrees? That is the freezing temperature mark. And so asking folks to come out of kind of a huddled shelter where they're, it's not ideal, but we're not asking them to come out into open air and move along. We don't always have somewhere for them to go, a shelter location or a hotel room. And so this bill would limit that for those days, even just those hours when it's below 32 degrees. So that passed first reading on Monday by a vote of 9-4. It still has to pass the final reading, and that's likely to come this coming Tuesday after the MLK holiday for Denver City Council. And why is 9 important? 9 votes is important because the mayor's office has already come out saying that they don't like this bill. They want more flexibility on temperature, and so they could veto it. So we need 9 to override a veto if it comes to that. But 7 passes the bill. So just a little info there. And then I wanted to just kind of highlight here a few of the things that I'm working on this year, policy-wise. One is continuing our work on mobile home zoning and making sure that our residents of mobile home parks have safe and secure housing and potentially could become resident owners of their park, like the park in my district is doing. I'm looking at a charter change, and so this would go before the voters, and this would change the eligibility requirements. If you wanted to apply to become a police officer or firefighter, right now, you could only be a U.S. citizen to apply to join those ranks. And we have a lot of other people who are eligible to work who would be interested in a job like that. So we want to change that language for police and fire. We also want to change the charter to add the Agency for Human Rights and Community Partnerships to the mayor's cabinet. That requires a charter change. We are also looking at rezoning for the West Area Plan, making sure our migrant response is strong and ready to go, and then making sure our bond projects get completed. So we've got basically a 3-year deadline now to finish all of the bond projects in West Denver, throughout the city, really. And this includes pedestrian safety on West Colfax, pedestrian safety on Morrison Road, a library in Westwood. So all of those projects, we want to get them done by 2027. So those are kind of the highlights of what you can expect me to be working on this year. I'm sure new stuff will come up as it does on a regular basis in the city, but I'm excited to keep working on these projects. For updates, Konz, our Economic Development and Opportunity Office, they're announcing initiation of what's called the inaugural round of Legacy Business Awards, and they're accepting applications for the second round of this program. So it started last year, and the pioneering program, it wants to acknowledge and bolster longstanding, locally owned small businesses.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And what qualifies a business under this program?
So a legacy business is like an enduring, so long-standing, independent business. Maybe they've made significant contributions to a neighborhood's character, vitality. They may hold cultural importance. They have to meet certain criteria, like they've been in operation over 10 years. They've had a gross revenue ranging from $30,000 to $5 million, so a big range. They've had a physical presence in the city of Denver, and that would classify them as a legacy business. So any businesses that meet those are encouraged to apply, or you can even be nominated to take part in that legacy business program. Some of these for me, Konz, are like maybe our Far East Center, but even like the places that we don't want to go away, like Grandpa's, Columbine, right? Taco de Mexico. Like, what are our small businesses that help define the West Side, and how do we connect them to this money?
Yeah. Those are some of my favorite spots, especially the Columbine. Hey.
I know. We should meet there, Konz, and get a T-bone.
Yeah, there you go. Let's go. We're gonna do the weekly wrap. Live from the Columbine Steakhouse.
Okay. Well, now it has to happen.
I'm ready.
So there's an upcoming deadline that I want folks to be aware of, and this is January 31st, so just a couple weeks away, for neighborhood organization renewals. So if you're part of an RNO, registered neighborhood organization, mark the end of this month as the final day for renewal. So you have to renew every year. And if you're not sure what that is, they're groups of residents, sometimes property owners, nonprofits, who want to engage with the city and stay informed about local developments. Lama Lincoln Park has two. They have more than one. Sun Valley has one. West Colfax has one. Villa Park has one. The two Barnums have one. Valverde has one. And Westwood created their first one last year. So every neighborhood in District 3 has an RNO, and we're making sure that they are re-registering. But that doesn't mean anybody else can't start one or find out whose theirs is if they're new to the neighborhood. So all of that will be happening.
So what happens if you're not currently like part of an RNO?
Yep. You can attend yours. So it starts with going online to Denver.gov, and you can look at the map, point it to your house or the location that you're interested in, and it'll tell you all of the RNOs that apply to that address. And then you can connect with that person. It gives you contact information. You can also just reach out to our office and say, hey, I live here. What's my RNO? And how do I get involved? And then you can even establish your own RNO. So just do the research beforehand. There's a lot of community involvement, and a lot of really good people. They're all volunteers who are putting in the work for their neighborhoods.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
Monday is a holiday, so city offices are closed. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and it is the day of the Marade as well.
Yeah, it's not any typical day off, is it?
That's right. It's a day on, not off.
Yeah.
And if you haven't already heard of the Marade, I encourage everyone to attend. It's one of a kind, the only event like it in the nation. It kicks off at 9:30 in the morning at the MLK statue in City Park, but it officially steps off at about 10:45 because they do some programs, some speakers there, and it's just a beautiful kind of community thing to be a part of and remember not just like the words, the legacy, how they're translating into actions, all that good stuff. So
yeah, now is Denver are we the first to do like the Marade like in the nation? I think we are, right? And
I think we are, yeah.
Wow,
So
right?
Marade is the blend of a march and a parade. So it's a call to action. It's also a commemoration. So yeah, I think Denver's is the first and the biggest.
Awesome. That's awesome.
And then, and that's all we've got. I mean, we're looking forward to a couple other things. Lunar New Year is coming, so that's going to be big in District 3. And so we're looking forward to all of the events and celebrations that happen around that. The year of the Dragon Cons. This is our year.
Yeah, let's go.
Wow. I know. All right. So any shout outs, any announcements on your side, Konz?
Oh man, just want to shout out everybody coming into 2024, positive attitudes, positive vibes, sending that out to everybody. We got some things coming up. Me and Op got a comedy show coming up, so shout out Op 1. I don't know if you guys seen it. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We're kind of putting a new twist on things, so yeah, that and shout out District 3, everybody out there grinding, working hard, and shout out Jamie Torres and the team for putting in that work.
Thank you, Konz.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Konz. And Opt 1, also known as Benjamin Chavez, former District 3 aide, super aide. I do want to share that if you are interested in donating to the migrant effort, the donation site has changed from Human Services to Community Ministry. It's at 1755 South Zuni, and they accept items Monday through Thursday, 8 to 12. And then we'll put a couple other locations, but that's the district, the closest to District 3 location. So we'll put that out on our Facebook page and some other channels, but and any other ways that you can donate. There's a fund called the Newcomer Fund if you want to donate money. But obviously folks are getting dropped off here from El Paso in freezing temperatures, and so warm weather gear is appreciated.
And one other thing I saw, Bill Shame, just a little plug. I know the Stanley Marketplace is allowing, the migrants to set up, their little businesses, sell their goods, sell their services. So if you get a chance, support. I mean, anything we can do to help them out. It is cold. This is, just, I mean, we all come from, immigrant, immigrant families, and we all could somewhat relate to this and like what's going on. But yeah, let's do our best to support them and help out. It is cold out there.
Thank you, Konz.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that. And thanks to the Stanley Marketplace. I think that's a great way for folks to go, what can we contribute to this cause, to this environment? And I encourage everyone to think about that. So Thank you, Konz. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone.
Peace out, everybody. This is the weekly wrap up. Later.